It's exciting to get a tax refund. Some extra money in your pocket, particularly after the holiday season. It can certainly feel like a bonus. It is worth thinking about the reason why you got the refund. If this is the first year you got a refund, then maybe we made some changes last year on purpose. Maybe you owed money last year, and here we were trying to rejigger things with our best guess of what your income is for this year. But if you're consistently getting a tax refund, I would want you to consider something. That means the IRS is holding on to more of your money from January through December of the year before just to hand it back to you at tax season. Call it February, March, or April. And the reason why that's important is there may be better uses for that money. In financial planning, we're constantly looking at the best way to optimize the dollars that are sliding in and out of your hands. And if you're receiving a big tax refund, that may be a good place to start. Take a look at your withholdings and see whether you're consistently withholding more money every single month so that by the end of the year, you're getting that back. At the very least, you could have taken some of that cash. Even if you don't invest it, you could put it in a cash account earning more than 3%, almost 3.5%. So really, there's a lot of other options that may be a better choice for you than just getting the gift back from the IRS at the end of the year. So you've gotten this big tax refund and you want to know the best use for the dollars. Clients come to us with those kind of questions all the time. Sometimes it's a tax refund or a bonus or an inheritance or any other gift or lump sum of money. And always be helpful to have a partner who's thinking long-term when you have dollars in your hand. So the idea is that you come in, you talk to us, you say, I received this refund, and then we can remind you of some of the goals you've presented to us previously. We're going to ask you about new goals that have come on the table so that we can ensure you feel confident that your decision of where to put those dollars is the right choice for you. A few questions you may want to ask yourself. Is there any high interest debt or something you're trying to pay off during this time period? Certainly putting the stash of money toward that can help lower the overall balance and get you close to having lower debt. Another option that you may be considering is increasing your emergency fund or your cash on hand. You had a tough 2025, you dipped into your cash, and so you're waiting on this refund as an opportunity to have some extra cash in hand. In that situation, we would remind you that high yield savings accounts and money market accounts pay a much higher rate than your bank savings. So you can probably earn about 3.5% on your cash. I'd want you to think about your goals. Maybe you have an advisor, maybe you don't have an advisor, but certainly within yourself, sit and think about how you would like to use that money within the next 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. Hopefully you can use it to get a little closer toward your goals. So that way you're not too distracted by the short-sighted and you can take a moment, reflect, and get on track for what you were looking to do in the long term. And when you owe money at tax time, and it's not just once, it's not just twice, that can be a pretty overwhelming feeling. If you find yourself owing a lot of money, that likely means that you're not holding back enough taxes throughout the year. And the IRS can actually assess a penalty on you, which is a slap on the wrist on top of the money that you already owe. And so typically your best bet if you're a W-2 employee is you're going to want to look at your withholdings. That's on Form W-4. And you're going to ask through your payroll to be able to have more money withheld throughout the year so that your paychecks are lower, but then you don't have this big surprise at tax season. If you're self-employed, for example, you typically make estimated payments to the government, and you're going to want to reassess in 2026 how much money you think you're going to make, and then decide what those quarterly payments should look like so that you line yourself up for that boring tax season. Now, one way to actually benefit both sides of the equation is if you have an ability to save to a 401k or a pre-tax retirement account. Every dollar that you're saving to your 401k is telling the IRS that you didn't make that money in that year. So if you find yourself in a position where you're actually doing pretty well on cash flow, but then at the end of the year, you're owing the IRS a lot of money, your best bet may be to start saving or increase savings to a 401k. That way you can handle the reduced cash flow while also saving money to retirement while telling the IRS that you made less money that year. So it has a real benefit. One tip as you head into 2026, you want to hold on to your charitable donations in 2026 and beyond. There's going to be an ability to deduct charity even if you don't itemize your deductions, and that's new.